It's been a comedy of errors. If only it were comedy. I had all kinds of insanity and nightmares to deal with. I wanted to make this video to hopefully prevent other folks from having to go through what I've had to go through for almost 2 weeks now. Finally decided to take the plunge to go from Pro Tools HD to HDX. It's been a challenge, to say the least. I was given some bad information, and it really wasn't bad information so much as it was the information that I was given to me, just given to me, and not told, beware, you want to do these things in specific order. The box that I went to was a Mac Studio M4 Max. It's got 64 gig of RAM, and it's a blistering little box. It's really nice. But the first thing that you want to do before you do anything else, restart in recovery mode. And the way that on the Apple Silicons to get into recovery mode is to turn on the power button and hold it until the recovery mode starts up. Then what you want to do, and I've got some images here to kind of guide you through everything. The first thing you really have got to do is get into that security system and relax the security mode. Then be sure that you check that little checkbox there that allows third-party vendors. Restart your computer. Then what I recommend is going ahead and installing your iLock. Get the new iLock manager, make sure that everything's working. And then you can start to install Pro Tools HDX driver. Then you can install Pro Tools, and you should be in pretty good shape. Because those things were done out of order, I have had all kinds of insanity and nightmares to deal with. The biggest one being that when you don't install things in the correct order, what happens is it will really mess with your I/O. Actually, it'll mess with your sanity, thinking, well, I don't really know what I'm doing. But it really does make it impossible for you to get your I/O to configure correctly. It kind of forced me into a situation where I could not get it to recognize my Aurora 16s, which I had 48 channels, and I had 48 channels of analog and 48 channels of AES. It became a desperate situation in that I needed to have some I/O that worked, and ended up having to upgrade to the Aurora N's. I say N's because I got 2 of them. So now I'm running 64 channels of I/O. With the console and some of the extra things that I've got cooking with the console and wanting to have guest I/O available for producers and engineers, I upgraded to 64 channels of I/O. The Aurora N's are great. I'm not complaining about the converters, I'm complaining about the situation that kind of forced me into those. It wasn't an expense I was looking forward to, but now that I've made it, it's a done deal, and the box is running really well. The converters are fantastic and all that kind of good stuff. But one of the things that I've discovered, and maybe some of you guys who've been on, later versions of 12 and on up would know this. I don't really know because I'm brand new to Ultimate, is that if your converters are turned off or your HDX box is turned off, Pro Tools defaults to aggregate mode. Now, aggregate mode is a software mode for I/O. There's all kinds of different configurations to it, but it's not your actual I/O. So you won't be able to get anything in or out of the system. And no matter how many times you reboot, it's going to default to whatever aggregate you have selected, or whatever aggregate it's decided to select. So what you have to do is you have to restart Pro Tools with holding down the N key. And it'll sit there and clack and, bark at you that it's, that you're holding the key. But eventually, Pro Tools will come up and it'll have the I/O configuration. And at that point, you can select your HDX. And now you're up and running, and it'll continue to run that way unless you restart Pro Tools without either the converters on or if your HDX box is turned off. Just one of those things that you'll never forget, I guarantee you. But yeah, that one kind of drove me crazy too. Upgrading plugins has not been too difficult. There's a couple of plugin manufacturers that it's been difficult to deal with because they haven't responded to my request for support help. I won't drop dime on them because I'm still giving them a chance to come through and give me some support. But one of them, they say that they'll contact you within 24 to 48 hours. And that was 6, 8, 9 days ago. But other manufacturers are really pretty good. Most of the software developers will allow you to download the latest AAX and native versions, and they'll upgrade right to your iLok, and you should be good to go. But some of them are going to be a little bit difficult. Hopefully, you won't have to deal with as much as I've had to deal with. But it's been a comedy of errors, if only it were comedy. But yeah, good luck.